All right, Sistas fans. Now, if you saw my episode review for last week's episode, Old Faithful, you know that I did like a little tangent on Danny and her character. And honestly, I think she was overreacting when it came to what Zach was saying about how the other girls, specifically Karen, talks about her behind her back. And I saw some people agree with me saying that, I think that's a good point. I made a post on Instagram and a lot of people were in the same boat saying that, you know what, Danny was the one that was tripping. And let me just put it this way. In typical friend groups, there's always the one friend who has a louder mouth, a little more ratchet, more ghetto, pretty much the Tiffany Haddish of the group. And to them, when they spill tea, or let's say you're talking to your group of friends and what you say is supposed to stay within the group, but then that one friend blabs their mouth around, yeah, that's going to give them a bad rap where they'll definitely choose not to tell you certain things because they know you're a blabbermouth. And then with Danny saying something along the lines of, well, it's just the little things, that doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that your friends trusted you with something despite how big or small it is. But then if you run your mouth to other people who aren't in that friend group, yeah, that definitely tarnishes their trust. And then, with being a person who's known for running up the bill when they're not even paying, yeah, that makes it a bad rap because you set up a girls' night or whatever, and everybody knows you're not going to contribute to the tab. Then if you want to add even more fuel to that fire, Karen said to her face that, hey, all these things that you said that Zach told you that we say behind your back, we have told you to your face. So there it is. And it is clear that there definitely is alienation in the group where Andy and Karen have their own separate conversations, and Sabrina and Danny have their own. And then sometimes you might get a little bit of a mix where Andy's talking with Sabrina or Karen is talking with Sabrina. But yeah, I definitely say if there was one character who's probably the most separate from everyone else, it's definitely Danny. But at the same time, the group is kind of split down the middle, where it seems like Sabrina's definitely the one who's trying to maintain the peace, but then everyone else is involved with their own lives. I think that it seems easier to understand why Karen and Andy are definitely linked together because of, similar situations, both being involved with married men. Well, to be honest, Karen's dealing with a newly divorced man, and not to mention, I think we learned that Andy put up some money so Karen can get her hair salon. So that's a level of trust that I doubt any of them would give money to Danny, knowing that she wouldn't be able to pay him back. So I think it is safe to say that Danny definitely has some unresolved tension within the group. I just hope it's not an ongoing thing this entire season, but it actually makes sense because that's one element about the show I was confused about, where they promote it with these four women, but we rarely see them together. Typically, it's the same two women talking to each other, and the group only gets together when it's some, hey, look, I've had a hell of a day. I need a girls' night. And even then, not everyone's telling everyone everything. Like, Andy tells Karen everything, but she's not going to talk about everything when it comes to the girls' night, when Sabrina and Danny are there. And usually when the girls come together, it's confrontational because some of the girls feel left out because not all the information was given to the entire group as opposed to one or two people. So you can also I was going to make a Karen video, but I think I want to wait a little bit on that. And that's about Karen's attitude. I mean, Andy did call her out for that a little bit because Karen does have it's like, Danny isn't afraid of telling other people stuff and saying what's on her mind, but Karen definitely has more of a domineering personality where she will talk down to people and she isn't afraid to call it as she sees it. So you could argue that the reason Karen and Danny seem to be going at it at this point is because they honestly are reflections of each other. If you look at personalities, you could argue that Danny and Karen are definitely more alike than anyone else in the group. I think that is a fair statement to make. And of course, Zach being the middle ground between the two because Danny did care about her friend enough to hook her up with someone. And of course, it didn't work out. But yeah, that's a good point. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Danny's anger is justified at the other women? Do you think she is tripping and she's overreacting? And do you think they can resolve this tension before the mid-season finale? Honestly, I don't even know if there's a mid-season finale or if they want to play every episode through. But in any case, if you are new, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. We are less than 350 people away from 100,000. Of course, a big giveaway will be taking place soon, so be on the lookout for that, which is why you need to follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Specifically Instagram, that's where I'll do the giveaways, but make sure you check me out on Twitter and Facebook. And with that being said, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you next time. And be on the lookout because tonight is the final episode of Ambition Season 1, and hopefully the release or reveal of the 60-second trailer for the Haves and the Have-Not Season 7, airing on OWN, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 7th.